CFR Network CFR News. Charles Veitch, aka Charlie, somewhat of a controversial content creator. It can be quite entertaining at times. Haven't seen much of him in quite some time, and then stumbled across some of his videos a few months, and quite perplexed and very disappointed. Um, I would imagine there's other distasteful videos out here, but um, this I don't even know why on earth he would create such content like this. In light of the tragic situation that surrounds the Midlands, Solihull, Kingshurst, Babcock Mills, and as of today, it's four young children who are no longer on this plane of existence. So as you can see from the video, which we're going to play a little some of this here, fair use, I might add. Normal man shouts at me for frozen lake walk. Um, I can imagine in some people's mind it might be a good idea to potentially, after an extended period of time, to test um nature in essence and test the strength of ice and maybe want to walk on it. But for someone to do that, especially after what's happened, and to film it and put it onto the BoobTube is very, very insensitive. Fair use.
Do not walk on frozen lakes because teenagers have done their very best to crack up all the entry points.
And how would he know it's teenagers? Is that an assumption? Or did he see that indeed take place? I think it's a wise idea to indeed do such a thing. Park wardens, rangers, groundsmen, whoever, council, we need to be breaking up. We need to be breaking up all of that there. Yeah, most definitely. And we need to be putting more signage up there, life rings, boys, all of that stuff.
As you can see here, making entry onto the frozen lake a little bit precarious. But I stand here, let me turn the camera around. I stand here as a 100 kilo, 224 pound adult male, and my legs are together, and it's as if I'm standing on thick concrete. I can tap my feet. There is no creaking, no cracking, no vibration. It's insane. So, because I have no idea when the next time you're going to get a Charlie Veitch video where I walk out onto a literal lake.
Very irresponsible for the young, malleable and minds, and also just for the damn idiots that are out here consuming your content. This is just ridiculous.
Let's do it. Now, I would predict it's quite scary. You see all this? This is people and animals playing on the snow when it snowed a little bit after the big freeze. But it gives me the illusion, and thankfully it is just an illusion, of treading on thin ice. Now, I'm wearing many, many, many layers, the best layers, greatest layers you've ever seen. And I have a contingency plan. I've got 2 telephones on me. If I start to fall through the ice.
Now, what on earth? Now, this is what he does. But let's examine exactly what he's saying. Multiple thick layers of clothing which are going to keep him warm. Unless they're, you know, specifically designed where for that type of instance take place, they're going to get waterlogged, and that's going to create even more weight for you. As soon as you hit very cold temperatures, you go into instant shock and you stop breathing. Yeah. Especially if you're totally submerged. Now, you're talking about having two telephones. Is it going to be a gradual break? That's what you're planning on potentially taking place, or are you just going to drop straight through to something? Madness.
I'll drag myself out, go home, and get warmed up. But I do not advise any viewers to come out onto frozen lakes. That's the kind of stuff you do on your own accord, because obviously
I mean, this guy isn't that young. I'm sure he's born in the 80s. I think he's been playing way too many computer games, man. Of course, he's an adult, and adults should be able to make their own decisions and stuff. But like, come on, you're living in cloud cuckoo land if you really think, oh yeah, I've got two phones on me, and I'll fall into the lake, and I'll drag myself out, and then take myself home and dry off. Yeah, this is the movies, isn't it? Right? Where you've got all stuntmen and thermal blankets and warm heaters as soon as you get out the ice cold water and stuff. Yeah, right, buddy.
it is moderately dangerous, especially if you're a child and you're going onto slightly thinner ice, or you're playing funny games, you're playing stupid games by trying to crack through the ice. There was a sad story which doesn't need to be repeated from here in England a few days ago. Three young boys,
As I said, now four.
and absolute sympathy for the family of those boys. But anyway, back to happier news. We're on a lake. We're on a lake. Take a good hard look at the mother effing frozen lake.
Let's go. Let's
The
go.
birds are very confused.
Let's go.
My guess is the concentration of warm-blooded birds swimming it up. These swans look hungry. I think this big unit here is coming over here for a feed, but
Or is it because
white
of the
swan boy, I
position?
have no.
Or is it because of the position of the sun why that part of the lake is not frozen? Hmm? Not because of the warm-blooded birds swimming around the lake.
Food for you. I will come back with some wholemeal bread. I'll get you fed. They do look hungry. Poor things. Look at them. They know I'm a goodie. That's it. I'm not going to pretend I've got food for you, but it looks so stunning in the sunshine. Let's get a little. Let's get some. Let's get a bit of the old of this. There
This
you go.
dude,
There you go.
this dude is number one, either out of his unnatural or natural hemp picking mind, or this is the age of these strange people who think they can do outrageous things for views.
Swans. Early morning sun on you. Looking good. Looking very good. What? Are you telling me to get off the ice? I'm okay, thank you, sir. I'm good. What? I know, I've done this before. I'm a grown man. It's okay.
No, we get that. Pardon self. And there's a very valid point. Indeed, you are a grown man and you're entitled to do whatever you want. But if that involves endangering not your only your life, but now it involves endangering other people's lives to save indeed your life, this is where the problem lies. This is where we got that slippery slope of like saying whatever the hell we want to say, doing whatever the hell we want to do. It's about the consequences of these actions. If this is pitch black, midnight, there's no one around, and you want to do something stupid like that, and there's no one else to try and like, yo, look, there's someone in need of help, you know, and like some people, they just think very selfishly, and that's the fourth boy who died. He's no longer here.
Sorry? I know it's dangerous. I'm taking precautions. Thank you for your concern. Yeah, that's the helpful British public shouting at me to get off the lake. Is okay.
I mean, even as a flipping teenager to rotted, walking my dog around Salford Park with an American football and kicking that and letting my dog run after it and all that kind of stuff. A frozen lake and the ball went on there. You think I was gonna go walk on that? And it was snowing and thick. Then we're talking way back in the day where we used to have proper winters with snow up to your over your knees and all. Actually, it was kind of tempering off a little bit, but it was still a lot more extreme snow and temperature wise in comparison today. And I didn't even think of stepping on there. It was a very short distance, maybe 1 or 2 meters on the frozen body of water. But as a young teenager, a very young teenager, I said, "There's no way I'm gonna have to lose that damn American football, which I love."
It's a bit bossy. NPCs are a bit bossy. But yeah, interesting.
Non-player character, interesting, interesting. Huge thumbs down, Charlie. Huge thumbs down. You've done yourself a disservice, and looking at the comments as well, a lot of the people who have viewed your stunts aren't impressed either. This is poor, tasteless, bad timing. If you'd have done this, maybe, pardon self, maybe like at least before the event, then anyone could have said that's quite irresponsible to do that, you know. Depending on your analytics, I'm pretty sure majority of your listeners, or watchers, I should say, are going to be of a certain age, over a young age. But this is no example. You know, be careful, mate. But you wait, and I understand why you waited because, as I discussed in the tragedy, um, we need time. You need time for the weather and nature to settle to even attempt going onto ice, walking on it. I wouldn't suggest you doing that in any kind of, situation. I mean, I guess up in Scotland you'll have like months of very, very cold weather where you'll have ice, lakes that are frozen over for long periods of time, where indeed it's thick enough and potentially safe enough, but they know that locally. Ice ain't no game. Water is no game. This is not a cartoon. This is not the movies. Yeah. I just don't get this. Oh well, if I fall into the lake, yeah, I'll crawl out and I'll just dry myself off and take myself home. Come back. How stupid is that, man? Fix up my youth. That's the stupidest thing I've ever seen you do. Like, comment, subscribe, share, tell a friend to tell Charlie to fix himself up. Fix up my youth.